You know they're small. You know they make mounds in the ground. You know they have mandibles and that they're tangible. But do you know the specifics? If you want to know the specifics, you've come to the right place. The bulldog ant, or Myrmica, is a feisty and aware ant that always ensures it's aware of its surroundings. Many other ants do not task themselves with being aware of their surroundings, making them prime targets for spiders and praying mantids. But the bulldog ant has evolved to counter these insects. The bulldog ant has also evolved into a gruesome predator with sharp, slender mandibles and a powerful, venomous sting. They brutalize their prey by gripping it tightly and pushing backward so their prey can't easily get away. Without letting go of the insect with their mandibles, they sting their prey repeatedly, injecting that potent venom into their prey. These ants are native to Australia and can hunt and track fast prey for long distances. They do this with incredible eyes that can see life from up to a meter away. The bulldog ant is 40 millimeters long and usually has bright red on its head and dark red on its abdomen. The bulldog ant has adapted to living in urban areas and forests, but occasionally woodland. Unlike other ants, the bulldog ant doesn't just get their food from hunting other insects, but they have also learned to farm nectar and other plant juices, which allows them to survive without meat. They have also evolved to build hidden entrances into their nests so other ant colonies can't intrude into the nest. You may think these trained predators should be able to protect themselves easily, but other ants have strategies to overwhelm the huge bulldog ants because the bulldog ants may be big, but they lack numbers. The queen does not produce as many eggs as the other species of ants. This allows other colonies to use quantity over quality and overwhelm the bulldog ant. The bulldog ant has a strange way of starting new colonies. First of all, the bulldog ant is not polygynous, so they often attack other bulldog ant colonies. The bulldog ant queen doesn't produce worker ants so she can focus on strong soldier ants. Soldier ants are made for hunting, attacking, defending, and rarely taking care of eggs, but they are not made for feeding the queen or expanding the colony. Because of this, new queens that are infertile, called elates, will fly out and scout the land looking for a weak colony. Once an elate has found a weak colony, the elate will settle near the colony and lay enough soldier ant eggs to complete a successful raid. She will then go with the soldier ants to perform the raid. If the raid is successful, the queen will take over the entire colony by killing the resident queen. And the next generation of workers will mistake the bulldog ant queen for their queen and serve her interests. The workers make this crucial mistake due to the bulldog ant queen covering the worker ants in her pheromones while they were still eggs, which tricks the workers into serving the bulldog ant queen. If you are stung by a bulldog ant, you will feel immense pain. Use an ice pack or bulldog ant sting spray to treat the sting. This should help the pain, but if you think you have an allergic reaction, call 911 as it could be fatal. Bruno, I need to order a carpenter for my carpet.
Go.
Bruno, you're a genius. I'll go order some right now. Time to buy that carpenter ant queen so I can get some carpenter ants to do my carpentry work. Here we go. Check out, $200. That sounds normal. Let me just add all my credit card info. Oh, wait a minute. You don't need to see that. Bruno, I don't think those carpenter ants are in the carpets anymore. I think they're in the walls. I should research about carpenter ants just to make sure they don't eat wood. The carpenter ant, or Chimantis, is an ant that has been a pest everywhere except Greenland and Antarctica. It has become a pest because it tends to create nests inside damp wood, houses, sheds, and lumber piles. Carpenter ants will jeopardize vast areas of wood by setting up a parent colony built by the first queen. And then, as the colony matures, the queen will send her worker ants to establish satellite colonies in a nearby radius. After setting up the area for the satellite colony, they will bring mature larvae/developed eggs. They do this because mature larvae need moist wood to hatch into full-grown ants. Once they hatch, they will go even farther into the wood to reset the process until they run out of wood and have to go to another area of wood. When the carpenter ants expand too far to keep hold of the satellite colonies, they will send elates/young queens to satellite states to expand the colony's reach. This makes carpenter ants polygynous. Many people think carpenter ants eat wood, but this is nowhere near true. Carpenter ants can't physically break wood down in their stomach, so like ants that make nests in the ground, they bring the dug material to a place to store it. Due to this, many people who have carpenter ant infestations have seen piles of wood shavings. What they do eat are insects that they hunt with their powerful bites, but they can't sting. They also learned the craft of farming honeydew from aphids. The ants feed the aphids and in return produce more food than they can eat. Carpenter ants also eat plants, which makes them omnivores, like almost every ant. Carpenter ants prefer to forage at night, which makes them diurnal, but most people don't know that they also eat dead insects, making them decomposers. They keep hidden by usually sneak attacking the prey that gets too close to their colonies, which generally ends up in insects being surrounded on all sides. If it does escape the initial attack, the insect accidentally goes deeper into the colony by running on the infested wood, which allows the carpenter ants to set up another sneak attack. Carpenter ants are routinely mistaken for termites. One way to separate the two insects is the sharp bend in the antenna called the elbow. You can also tell the difference between carpenter ants because carpenter ants are 12 millimeters long, while queens are up to 20 millimeters long. Carpenter ants have mandibles with sharp bends toward their mouth. Carpenter ants also have long brownish hairs on their abdomen, but carpenter ants differ inside because of the three tiers of carpenter ants. Those tiers are majors, giant ants used for transport and warfare, and media, used for heavy labor, war, and transportation. And lastly, the minor. They are also used for internal colony care, which ranges from attending to eggs to feeding the queen. They also occasionally forage for food and help transport food. Bruno, there seems to be a 15% decrease in the amount of crops I grew this year compared to last year. Maybe there's something eating my crops. Bruno, you're a genius. I'm going to go research on cornfield ants. The cornfield ant, or Lasius alienus, has become a pest in the United States, Canada, Germany, Belgium, Greece, Iran, Czechia, Austria, China, and Bulgaria because it tends to eat corn and sugar. Many farmers in North America have to deal with the cornfield ant not only eating their crops, but also eating their home goods that contain sugar, which is a lot of food. The cornfield ant shares many similarities with other commonly found ants. The cornfield ant doesn't usually nest in cornfields, as many people assume. They prefer to make their nests in soil and under rocks, but can occasionally be found under porches or debris, such as lumber. Any moist location can become a home to a cornfield ant colony. The cornfield ant does not live in many cities and prefers to live in rural areas or suburban areas with people who have gardens. Cornfield ants do a lot of aphid farming. The cornfield ants feed the aphids, and the aphids produce honeydew, which is a valuable food source. Cornfield ants do not sting, but they have a non-painful bite that they use to hunt miniature insects with. But they're not exceptional at hunting, so they forage for human food and crops. Cornfield ants are usually 10 millimeters long and can be distinguished from field carpenter ants by the dip in the thorax. It is also a single-node ant, traditionally colored with dark brown and black. If you are dealing with a cornfield ant infestation, the easiest way to eliminate them is by killing any aphids around your property with pesticides, which cuts off a major food source used by the ants. Another thing you can do is picking up debris like trash, cans, and pieces of wood. Lastly, you can use ant baits, which work very well. Baits like granule, liquid, or gel are best. If none of this works, call an exterminator who can professionally handle your infestation.
This video is sponsored by Tony Learns. Tony Learns is a video series that is fun, engaging, and designed to impress financial responsibility at the stage in your child's development where habits for life are formed. The Tony Learns course library covers basic financial understanding and introductions in 2 categories, ages 7 and up and ages 12 and up. However, these are merely recommendations. Children as young as 5 have been able to follow and retain understandings taught in these courses that not many kids have the ability to learn. The animation and characters in the simple wraparound story help children easily grasp the breakdown of financial topics. All you need to begin is sign up, select your own course, and let the fun begin. With a price of $19.99 at the least, Tony Learns will provide you with financial education for kids. Kids love it, and you won't regret your decision. It's that easy. Begin your membership now at TonyLearns.com.
Pharaoh ants, or Monomorium pharaonis, is an ant that received its name from the common myth that they spread disease in ancient Egypt when they originally came from North America. Now the pharaoh ant has spread worldwide, infecting every continent except Antarctica. Pharaoh ants have become a problematic pest in households because they are attracted to eating anything, preferably sugar. Pharaoh ants have evolved to get as close as they can to the food in your home by building their nests in furniture, under your floors, between linen, and behind baseboards of basketball hoops. Since pharaoh ants can easily access food in your homes, they can quickly spread diseases. Pharaoh ants have been known to spread illness like salmonella. Since pharaoh ants have evolved to forage for food, they do not bite often, as they do not need to hunt for food when they have so much food accessible. Pharaoh ants have visibly unnerving mandibles, but they don't have a consistent skin coloring. They are usually light yellow or brown, but scientists have observed red pharaoh ants. These ants are also 1.5 millimeters long. People with homes infected with pharaoh ants know these pests have evolved to stay enrooted near your housing. They have done this by budding the minute they observe a threat. Budding is a process where pharaoh ant queens will evacuate the colony in search of new places to build nests nearby. This process makes exterminating them very difficult, if not impossible. Exterminators have tried pesticides, but this will just cause the colony to bud, and then exterminators have multiple new colonies to deal with. Even if you try something like fire, pharaoh ants have colonies of 100,000 plus ants and hundreds of elates ready to produce. Pharaoh ants have achieved this by inbreeding elates with males of the same colony. Not surprisingly, pharaoh ants are polygynous, which allows them to make massive super colonies in houses if triggered to bud. If you want to avoid pharaoh ant infestations, make sure to keep foods in sealed containers, seal cracks and crevices where ants can live, including cracks in your walls, ceiling, couch, etc. Make sure your water taps are not leaking. Keep your pet food covered when your pets are not eating it. Clean your house often so they can't find more hidden locations or crumbs to eat. And finally, don't leave food in the open for more than 2 hours. Bruno, I think there's something eating my sugar. You're right, Bruno. I should go do some research on sugar ants to make sure they're not eating my sugar. Sugar ant, or Campanitis consobrinus, is an ant that has become a massive pest in Australia, even though it is native to North American countries like the United States. The sugar ant has become such a pest due to its diet. The sugar ant likes to eat sugary foods, which means they almost always find that food in places where humans dwell. The sugar ant protects itself by releasing a disgusting smell when squashed or eaten. This deters predators from killing 2 or more, as they will notice how foul the first one smelled when killed, and then actively avoid the second one. Though these ants love to eat sugary foods, they are omnivores who like to eat plants. but they also enjoy eating meat, which can be easily found in human homes or from live insects. Sugar ants are ruthless with insect prey, but they are scared of you. Sugar ants will not bite or sting humans. Sugar ants create their nests in various places, but prefer to make them in hollow wood, tree branches, shrubs, beneath rocks, or in the soil like most ants. Though these ants are somewhat active during the day, you will also find them invading your house or foraging for food at night, as sugar ants are nocturnal/diurnal. Sugar ants are 7 to 12 millimeters long and are colored brown and black throughout their body. Most sugar ants have black on their heads, but some can be found without. These ants do not have stingers, but hunt for prey by swarming it and tearing its limbs off. If you have a sugar ant problem, you can solve it at home using white vinegar, which kills the ants and deter them from the area where the vinegar is placed. Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no! The pavement ant, or Tetramorium casparium, is an ant that people pass on the sidewalk daily. You can find these ants anywhere in Europe because they originate there, but now they have spread to America. However, they are a big problem in the United Kingdom, mainly in New England. Pavement ants have been labeled as a pest in New England and other parts of the world because they feast on sugary and greasy foods, which can easily be found in human homes. So they build their nests in cracks of suburban sidewalks, foundations of houses, the sides of garages, and houses. They intrude into your home via cracks in your basement walls or through your windows and unsealed doors. Pavement ants are usually not polygynous, but some pavement ant colonies have evolved to become polygynous to increase their control and grasp over an area. Polygynous colonies can have over 10,000 ants. Pavement ants are ready to fight to secure the houses they rely on for food. Pavement ants participate in massive battles for control of a home. These battles usually occur during the spring on sidewalks. Many ants die in battle. Most battles leave many ant corpses on the sidewalk. To rally these massive armies, pavement ants leave chemical trails. Other pavement ants in the colony can pick up these trails to find where the battle is or where food that another ant found is located. Though these ants are known for eating sugary and greasy foods, they also conduct raids on termite colonies and eat most of the termites alive, the young too. They also like to root out worms to feast on them and other insects that reside in the soil, but they are also interested in plant juices as well. Pavement ants are diurnal, meaning they are more active at night but slightly less active during the day. Pavement ants take advantage of the summer and spring seasons by switching from being active at night more than day to being extremely active during the day and barely active at night. They do this to reseize their food sources after hibernation quickly. If you find pavement ants in your home, don't worry about their bite or sting, as they do not do enough damage to hurt you. Pavement ants are 6 millimeters long and have a weak stinger. They also have a pair of mandibles that are not designed for killing. During battles, pavement ants use their stingers to harm other ants, but also use their mandibles if needed. Pavement ants are usually colored brown or black or reddish brown. Pavement ant elates have a pair of wings and are larger than workers. During warmer days, usually in the summer, male and female elates will swarm out of the colony en masse towards the sun to mate, and from there, the female will form a new colony. Most colonies that are newly constructed from this process are non-polygynous and will turn on the original colony the elate came from when they are sizable enough to do so. Sadly, or luckily, most elates will accidentally go into human homes for food and water and then attempt to go out via the window. If the window is closed, the elate will be stuck and does not possess the intelligence to stop trying to exit via the window. This ends in the endless cycle of banging against the window until death. If your home becomes a victim of being a pavement ant food source, or your home is infested with pavement ants, Plug up cracks or holes in your walls, doors, ceilings, and floors. If you still have problems, your home is infested from the inside. So use poisonous ant baits. Peanut butter flavored are best, as the ants love them. Then you can put the cherry on top by spraying pesticides around the outside of your home in a 5-foot radius.
Sometimes it feels just like you're caught inside a moment. Not really moving, but you're going through the motions. Trying so hard to find the meaning as your days roll by. I know it sounds impossible, but we're living in a miracle, yeah. The more you look, the more you know that we are not alone. When you see love, leave them on, healing broken hearts. You see chains fall apart. You see hope rise from the dark. It's so much more than ordinary. It's nothing less than extraordinary, no. It's the fingerprints of God. It's written in the way the stars break up the night, the proof, the clarity that opens up our eyes. It's all around and inside of you and I know it sounds impossible, but it's actually a miracle when you see love. Leave them on, healing broken hearts. You see chains fall apart. You see hope rise from the dark. It's so much more than ordinary. It's nothing less than extraordinary, no. It's the fingerprints of God. Open your eyes to the signs all around you. Hope is alive and it's living inside you. All creation testifies it. The more you seek, the more you find that love, healing broken hearts. You see chains fall apart. You see hope rise from the dark. It's so much more than ordinary. It's nothing less than extraordinary, no. It's the fingerprints of God. No, there's no such thing as ordinary. We're nothing less than extraordinary, no. And it's who we are, the fingerprints of God.